Today we have a thrift haul, home decor, spring, home decor decorating ideas. Let's get right into it. Today I have a thrifted fine furniture makeover, and then of course I'm going to style it for you. And along with that I have this beautiful finely cut crystal vase that I'm going to style. And maybe you can add this home decor idea for a beautiful arrangement for upcoming spring season. Adding to the vase these faux deep cut, richly colored tiny tulips. They have a very realistic appearance and touch. Also, the stem is short, generously green, giving it a fresh spring sass. This was the perfect pairing in my mind and opportunity for the faux beauties to be added to this thrifted cut crystal vase just in time for the upcoming spring season. As you've seen, I added the water to the vase as well, giving it even more a realistic appearance. Again, they look so beautiful inside of this vase, and that's my opinion. You can let me know down in the description box what you think about the look once I am done. I will also be adding these other beauties that is sitting right next to it inside of the vase, and then we will move it right over to the table as you will see later in the video. So let's get ready for the second look, or the second item that I will be presenting to you. And as you can see here, it is a nice round accent table. You can use it on the side of a couch, on the side of a chair, in between two chairs, on the side of your bed, or in a closet maybe. We'll see exactly where this piece will land. It is a piece that I'm going to be keeping Annie Sloan chalk paint here in color Old White. Of course, you're going to need your paintbrush or roller. Easier to roll the top and get a really smooth, even finish along the other areas the roller won't be able to get into. Like under the table, it won't be able to get into these little grooves. So of course I'm going to have to use a brush. The first steps that you do want to do is clean your piece really well. I'm not going to sand the piece. There is no rough edges along the piece, so there is absolutely no need for me to do any sanding and that prepping or pre-prep work to get it to a smooth surface. It is already very smooth. I don't have to use primer for this piece because it is chalk paint, so there should be no bleed through, considering that I am not going to disturb the original stain that is on the piece. If I was going to disturb the stain, especially with it being a dark stain, you would have the tannins from the oils from the stain that could possibly bleed through the paint. I'll insert a picture here and show you what that looks like when you get bleed through your paint. Get my brush and we'll commence to painting the piece. Pan here. Comments that I often get, especially from the ladies, is, Chanel, I wish I was brave enough to paint a furniture piece. There's a piece of furniture in my house that I really have the desire to paint. Ask me questions, direct message me questions, and that is okay because I definitely try to get back with everyone that does have questions regarding painting your furniture. I am no furniture painting expert, but I do like to paint furniture, and I paint a lot of furniture. I would suggest for anyone who is just starting out painting furniture and using chalk paints, especially, chalk paint is a great product to start with using because of the coverage. It's excellent, and then you can put a clear coat right over it. Start with something small. Don't start with your biggest piece of furniture unless you're just all in and you're just gonna give it your all and give it a go for the gusto. Then go for it. My suggestion is start with something very small. Go to your local thrift store, yard sale, resale shop, pre-love, whatever you want to call it. I call it pre-love. And you can go into those places and find you something small that you want to start with. A small little side table. It could be bench legs. It could be a coffee table. Something that you may not even want, or perhaps maybe it's someone that may need it. Once you're done with it, you might just love it and keep it. But that is a great way to start out with something small, even a chair, a little side chair. Again, finding it at your local thrift store or thrift shop so that you're not buying something or starting out painting something that you may want to keep in your home, and then you're disgusted with the overall look of it once you're done. That's my suggestion. Start with something small that you have purchased from a thrift shop or a resale shop pre-loved, or perhaps ask some family members, is there something in your home that you want to get rid of, that you don't like anymore, and you would like to give it to me, and I'll take it. Something else I do get questions about is my turntable and how I set things up when I get ready to paint. So of course I'm going to protect my floor, but I'm not one of those painters that like to sling paint everywhere. So I'm very consistent with keeping my paint confined to the area that I am using. But I suggest using something like some plastic sheeting to cover your surface if you are working in your house. An old table or a bench perhaps, you could use something like that. I have this table base that I do use throughout the house, and sometimes I add another tabletop on top of it and use it as an accent area. Next thing, I use this turntable. And that's so that I won't have to keep walking around my piece in order to paint it off. It just sits on top of whatever surface I'm using, and as you can see here, it turns. Next, I put whatever surface I'm going to use on top of it. I do use this side of the table, so I'm going to flip it to the opposite side that I don't use. There you go. You definitely want to use maybe a wider base for your tabletop. And with your YouTube University, and I'm pretty sure there is someone out there who has created a whole system for you to set up that you can use if you want to continue to do this on an everyday basis as maybe a furniture flipper, or just painting your furniture and making it where you work smarter and not harder. But I definitely do it in order to work smarter and definitely not harder. So as you can see here, I could just turn. You see, I'm just going to start with the bottom portion of the table first. My roller on this part here, because it is fairly smooth and it will level out. Here with the turntable, this allows you to continue to move the piece around without having to continue do the musical chair thing and just dance around it. As you see, I keep painting and turning it. That definitely makes it so much easier while you are painting, having the Lazy Susan / turntable. I'm pretty sure Susan doesn't appreciate that name, lazy, well, that description anyway. But it definitely helps in the process while you are painting. Take a clean brush and the polyacrylic and go ahead and give it a quick coat or two, well, rather 2 coats of the polyacrylic all over it. Coat, and then we're just going to let it dry, and then I'm going to style it for you. I am done with applying the polyacrylic 2 coats. I will go ahead and do the styling with the other thrift find. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and definitely hit that subscribe button. As always, stay inspired, motivated, and moving, creating something beautiful. If not for yourself, then definitely for someone else. This has been Chanel, and I'll see you all for the next one.
World of hunger, war, and strife, we can together, all included, build a better life. This bridge is made of hope.